Yes, you're watching. You're watching me fix the camera. Ooh, camera spooky. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to get over something that happened. I'm sad. Cheer me up by subscribing. But anyway, this is another fan fiction review. This is actually going to be different. I decided to do something different. I'm going to check the link. Alright. Yeah, okay, there, I got it. As always, well, spoilers for this one, because I'm going to be reading the story, not not reviewing. Links in the description. This is my opinion, as always, so please, and remember to subscribe. I need to grow if I want to be as big as the I don't know, fanfic credit. I don't care if she kind of retired. I'll match that right now. So this is a reading, not a full-fledged review. The reason I want to do a reading is because I want to try something different, something unique, something new, yada yada yada. So for the uninitiated, a reading is where I just read the whole story. Kind of obvious when you think about it. And here we go with not looking at the camera thing, I'm looking above the stupid. The reason I want so just to make this simplified, in this video I'm gonna mention in the next video I'm gonna make any story under 10,000 words. I'm gonna do a live reading. Any word 10,000 or above is gonna be a review. Simple as that. So the story I'm gonna be reading is Rarity becomes a social justice warrior. What? I'm dead serious. I was looking through FanFiction for like some kind of story, and I literally randomly discovered this. Like, oh, that may be something fun to read about. That may be. That may be. Sorry. It's written by Pony Tom. It was written January 20th, 2014. Okay. So here is the synopsis. Rarity discovers Sweetie Belle reading an inappropriate comment and decides that it is her moral obligation to tell the world that it is not allowed to exist due to immoral material, but not all of her friends are on board. Will she succeed, or will Rarity realize that she's blowing things out of proportion? I don't know. Let's go in. I have nothing to say. I like the name of the chapter. I am justice. Hear me and obey. Oh, that's pretty funny. That's actually a pretty funny chapter name. I hate this. I hate this formatting. I hate the new formatting for FanFiction. It's so annoying. I like the whole dark pool now. Green on black? No, that's just ugly. So otherwise dark. Probably not gonna get it better. So let's get started. Sweetie Belle, dearie, where are you? It had been a long day, and Rarity sure was tired. She had just finished making 3 dresses, 20 necklaces, some bracelets, and a hat for a curious, one-eyed pony with an accent who offered her 2 chunks of metal. Pretty metal, though it was. One-eyed pony with an accent. One-eyed pony with an accent? One-eyed pony with an accent? I don't know. I don't know that much about My Little Pony outside of the fanfiction, so I was like, who would have one eye? She was pooped, but she was happy to have the rest of the day to herself. Of course, Rarity had realized that she and Sweetie Belle have been spending a lot of time together, so she decided it was best spent with her beloved sister. Of course, she had to find the filly first. Sweetie wasn't in her room, which was unusual. Had she gone out? Surely she had said something. Rarity sighed and was about to give up on her search when she heard a giggling noise from her workshop. Ooh, Sweetie's in trouble. She looked to see a table had been set up as a tent. I know what I'm talking about. She thought the thought made her smile. Even if the fabrics were being used as makeshift housing, she trotted forward and peeled a flap aside. Sweetie! Her sister looked at her and smiled. Oh, hi, Rarity. I'm just reading this comic Apple Bloom showed to me. It's pretty funny. Rarity smiled a forced smile. Rarity smiled a forced smile. Could have been worded. That could be worded better. Rarity forced a smile, or like, no. She did not agree with comic books, certainly not for a lady. But if it made her sister happy, she saying nothing. How nice, sweetie. I was wondering if you'd like to do anything today. I have the rest of the day off, so we can spend it bonding like sisters. I have the rest of the day. Okay. It makes some sense for Rarity to say that. It'd just be weird to see Applejack say, I have the rest of these I also we can hang out like sisters. Yeah! Yeah, weird coming from AJ. Okay, said Sweetie with a smile, but let me read a few more of these. Gropia is getting really raunchy and is making ponies afraid. Gropia. Okay, so that explains why Rarity becomes a SJW. I know what a social justice warrior is. I know what they are. I know they are pure evil. And I know the moment this gets on the internet, they're gonna drop. They're gonna swarm me, saying, "This is triggered," and stuff like that. Rarity. All right, sweetie, but do hurry. But do wait. Do hurry. What was her name? What's she doing again now? Sweetie blinked. Gropia and groping pode. Groping ponies. I feel like grammar. So bad. Rarity stared at Sweetie in silence. Quickly, boom! Blue magic encapsulated the comic and snatched it away for Rarity to look over. The comic indeed depicted a sultry mare with a sensual look about her, and one very confused pony with a suggestive blush. No actual depictions of anything going on, but the mere implication was enough to instill a rage within Rarity's chest. Dear sweet Celestia of Equestria. Celestia of Equestria. That's a rhyme if I ever heard it. What in the world is this garbage? Sweetie shrugged. It's called Gropia. She's a perverted mare who likes to flirt and say dirty things and make insinuations, and it's really funny because she's just weird. No, she's being a pervert. She's being a pervert. Rarity stared at her sister after she was just told plaid was a good look for her. Rarity wearing plaid. Oh, that's ugh. No. Young mare, you actually like this garbage? Yeah. Well, yeah, said Sweetie, starting to shrink at her sister's tone when she realized Rarity did not quite approve. I mean, no. Young filly, go to your room, said Rarity, holding up the comic. If you have any more of these, bring them to me. I'll certainly be telling mother and father of the kind of literature you're partaking. Yes, Rarity, said Sweetie dejectedly, making her way upstairs to her room. Meanwhile, Rarity looked at the comic. I could read it a bit and ensure it's not as bad as it sounds. After all, we did learn not to judge a book by its cover. Excuse me. But Rarity scowled. But the name. Gropia. The description. Oh, this is just awful. What kind of sick, demented pony would produce such filth? Rarity gets best drama queen. Rarity tossed the comic book into a garbage can. And to think, Sweetie Belle was laughing at this. This has the power to warp young minds like hers. She might start to think this sort of stuff is acceptable. It makes light of something so sensitive. How cruel. No, just telling our parents won't be enough. Okay, now I can see her becoming a SJW. Okay, so I can see that now. Rarity puffed out her chest. I don't have. I don't. Yeah. I'm not. Yeah. Bad image. For Sweetie Belle, and for the sake of all that is right, I will stop this trash from polluting the minds of my fellow pony. Let me just check. Okay, 10 minutes. Oh, dang. 5 minutes. Twilight groaned and rolled all over in her bed, looking at the clock. It was 9 a.m. Typically, Twilight was a punctual mare who liked to rise early and bright. I mean, bright and early, my bad. But once in a great while, she liked to sleep in until 10 a.m. Naturally, whoever was knocking at her door was really interfering with her carefully planned and scheduled sleeping schedule. It would take her 2 weeks to fix it. Oh, this is ridiculous. Only in fanfiction, this makes sense. Only in fanfiction. Reluctantly, she made her way down the stairs, skipping fixing herself up for now, and opened the door to see Rarity standing there. Rarity, it's 9 in the morning. What are you doing here this early? I thought you liked to sleep until noon on weekends. I do, Twilight, said Rarity with a flourish, but this is quite important, you see. Last night, I found my Sweetie Belle reading some trash comic called Gropia, and about a mare that sexually abuses ponies. Yeah, now she's going into SJW territory. She's slowly going in there. Twilight quirked a brow. It's done in humor, as if sexual abuse. It's done in humor, as if sexual abuse is something to laugh at. Rarity tapped a hoof to her chin. And you read it. Rarity scoffed. I wouldn't dare sully my eyes with that filth. I would look upon some ghastly mare making light of molestation as it was some kind of joke. The princess simply shrugged. Are you sure that's what happened? I looked at the comic once myself, and though I'm not a fan, I still kind of think you might be overreacting a bit. Overreacting? Rarity shouted. Overreacting? Do you know how many ponies are wrongfully groped, fondled, diddled? Huh. I never heard of that one before. Cupped and squeezed a day? Oh, I can't scream because I'm staying at someone's house and father's sleeping. I can't wake him up. Twilight held up a hoof. Well, by my calculations and taking into account statistics, I say a lot, shouted Rarity. Twilight sighed, her favorite part of doing the statistics removed. Well, yes, if you want to skip the details, a lot. She shook her head, but it's not like this comic is encouraging ponies to go out there and fondle each other, is it? Who knows? Rarity threw her hooves in the air. I caught Sweetie Belle, a young, impressionable filly, reading that trash. How do I know she won't be touching Scootaloo in the park later on? Rarity gasped. How do I know Scootaloo isn't touching her? That little beast! Nobody is touching any pony. I said no body. No pony is touching any. Subtle Twilight. No, wait, subtle Rarity. Shouted Twilight, though she stopped and pondered. I don't think anyway, but I doubt any other Crusaders are molesting each other. Rarity, have you ever just sat down with Sweetie Belle and talked to her about this sort of thing? Who has time to talk? Said Rarity with a scowl, unable to believe her friend was not agreeing with her outright. I have a job to do, Twilight. I have a career. I can't be expected to take precious time I don't have to tell Sweetie that ponies don't do that to each other. Aren't you off today? Said Twilight with a grimace. Rarity quirked a brow. Brow. Blech. 2 points from Gryffindor. I'm kidding. Why? Yes. Why? Twilight simply stared at her with a deadpan stare. Well, so you aren't going to help me? Help you do what? Exactly, said Twilight, putting a hoof on the bridge of her nose. Rarity, I think I have an idea where this is going, but I need to hear it before I make any judgment. So just tell me what you want. Rarity smiled. I want you to send a message to Celestia and ask her to help this comic removed from public rotation. Twilight sighed. Yeah, that's about what I thought you were going to say. She shook her head. Rarity, look, you don't have to like these stories. You don't have to let Sweetie read them, but don't you think trying to erase them entirely is a bit much? Rarity gasped and put a hoof to her chest. A bit much? Darling, this is the social well-being we are talking about. This is morally unacceptable. Excuse me. I have something to eat. Ponies should not be groping each other in such a way. Once more, the alicorn gave her marshmallow friend a deadpan look. Rarity is a marshmallow. I've heard better. I heard worse. Cupcakes. Okay. And ponies shouldn't fall in love with the living dead because, moving or not, it can still be considered necrophilia. But that doesn't stop you from reading books that even I think are stupid. The off-white mare gasped, "You leave my vampire romance novels out of this. They're not even on the same level." Twilight rolled her eyes. Rarity, my point is that what's right for you may not be right for others, she said as she waved her hooves erratically. Even if you don't like it, you just can't go. You can't just go out there and control what other ponies read just because it's not right. Rarity balked, then glared hard. You of all ponies, Twilight. I expected you of all ponies to understand the sanctity of a pure mind. You have an entire bookshelf of saucy romance novels that you have to keep hidden from Sweetie, said Twilight with a glare. But clearly, said Rarity with another flourish, disregarding what her friend just said. I cannot count on you to support me in this war against immorality. But that will not slow me down. I will win. And this bill will be removed from the general media, and then every pony will thank me. Without another word, Rarity turned and slammed the door shut. Twilight stared at said door, sighed, and shook her head, making her way to a desk. She opened a drawer and looked at several bottles hidden inside, hidden with each a different print on them. Pinky set library on fire. Rainbow neglects her friend for selfish gain. Big Mac said something other than yep or nope. There were several, but eventually she found the one she was looking for. Rarity is starting job. That's an understatement. Confound these ponies. It's only 9:15 a.m. Confound these ponies. I'm not allowed to screw the rules. That's good water. So yeah, she's in SJW right now. Okay, so how far am I? Okay, so I'm actually making pretty good time. I could probably finish by the time. Come on. It was half past noon when Rarity finished making her posters, and now all she had to do was start plastering them around town. She stepped back to admire her work. She showed a picture of her beautiful face smiling at the camera, while having a short description about the comic book that threatened the public well-being. Yes, this will do perfectly, she said, with a nod of pride. Rarity, can I come out of my room now? Sure, sweetie, but I like your help in posting these posters around town. What posters? Sweetie stepped into the room and looked them over, then frowned. But Rarity, Rarity gave her sister a glare. It is what, dear sister of mine? Sweetie stared at her, lip trembling, knowing that what she wanted to say, but instead she bowed her head in defeat. This poster is all the better because it has your face on it? The elder sister positively beamed at the comment. Thank you, sweetie. I agree. I think it really shows the seriousness of my cause that I am putting my face up for all to see. It lets ponies know I mean business. She stood and picked up half the posters, handing the other half to Sweetie, who nearly collapsed under her weight. Sweetie, I'll take East Ponyville, and you take West. Remember, make sure other ponies know they're there by shouting really loud and telling them about their terrible comic. She tapped a hood on her chin, then frowned. Oh dear, I'm so foolish and selfish. I'm sorry, Sweetie. Sweetie Belle smiled. Okay, I sense a backhanded compliment coming, something backhanded coming back. I almost forgot your danger whistle. Yeah, there it is. Obvious. Backhand. Rarity plopped the whistle around Sweetie's neck. If a scary pony appears, blow on that and don't let him hurt the posters. Oh, save the posters! Save the posters! Save the posters! Yeah, see the posters. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to let you. To protect the posters. Also, if a pony tries to tell you the posters are silly, blow it on him, scare him away. If others misinterpret the situation, Rarity stopped, dawned on it, and decided her better judgment, shrugged. Well, ponies will think what they think, right? Sweetie sighed and hung her head. Yes, Rarity. With each news poster on each new surface, Rarity felt she was getting more and more powerful. Oh my god, this is complete. This is social justice warrior 101. Blah. Just that one sentence alone. And if others misinterpret the situation, well, ponies will think what they think, right? Yes, right. No, Rarity. No, sexual harassment, blah, white privilege, pay gap, Black Lives Matter. They don't. It's social justice warrior. Who cares? You know, they can say what they want. I really don't care. Which each new poster on each... I already said that. Indeed, she felt she was doing something meaningful. With each new poster, awareness of her cause grew, and as ponies became aware of her, they would surely see in her heart of hearts that these comics were wrong, and that their creator needed to be strung up in public and humiliated in the worst way she might devise. I'm gonna take a guess. I consider back this like a running gag in the fandom. Fluttershy wrote the comics. I'm just guessing right now. Let's see what's going on. Oh, hi, Rarity. Oh, hi, Rarity. Nah, I can't do country. I can do British. Well, hi, Rarity. I'm kidding. Rarity almost jumped out of her skin as Applejack skipped up next to her and rolled eyes. Oh, hello, Applejack, darling. What do you want? I just wanted to see what you were doing. Applejack leaned to the side and looked at the posters on her pack. What's with the posters? If you must know, began Rarity, I'm crusading against a garbage comic book that pollutes the media as of right now, called... See, stop pondering. What was it? No. It was... Gropia! That's it! Gropia! Gropia... Applejack sword. Gropia, the comic about the pervert that runs around molesting ponies. The very one. The farm marriage simply shrugged. What's so wrong about it? I mean, it's just a comic, right? I'll talk about that at the end. Just a comic, Rarity balked. I don't expect you to understand, Applejack, but this comic makes light of sexual abuse. It pretends traumatic experiences are supposed to be funny. What? No way, said Applejack, jaw agape. That just ain't right. Yes, it's supposed to be humorous, for giggles. This mare runs around insulting ponies, and it's delivered as comedy. I don't know. Squirrel Girl's a thing, and she beat up Dr. Doom with an army of squirrels. I got nothing to say. I'll continue on that. I, for one, hardly find any humor in sexual assault myself, and I've taken it upon myself to cleanse the world of this travesty. Rarity grinned in pride of herself. Applejack bit her lip, her expression torn, and Rarity noticed it immediately. Is she actually on the fence of this? I just might be able to sway her in my way of thinking. The right way of thinking. Indeed, she molests ponies all the time. It's all the comic is about, really, I dare say. I think it's something that allows sexual deviants to get their rocks off that the law cannot touch because of some pesky freedom of speech that Celestia apparently gave ponies in an age where decency does not include foresight. That sure sounds bad. Applejack pushed her head back and scratched her head a bit. Why did I just say that in a country accent? And you say that's all this comes about, molestation of the ponies and pretending it's funny? Yes! Rarity nodded. Ponies abused against their will with no regard to their personal well-being. I dare say, if any of them were real, they'd be scarred for life. Applejack still didn't convince, though. You know, I found Sweetie Belle reading it, and she says she got it from Apple Bloom. Imagine the message that sort of thing sends to your innocent, sweet, unknowing sister. Applejack's pupils became pinpricks, and then her expression hardened. Give me some of them posters. We're going to get this garbage cleaned up once and for all. As her friend convinced, took half her burden from her. Rarity couldn't help but feel a deep sense of pride. She had convinced Applejack. Sure, she wasn't exactly sure what she said was entirely accurate. Really. She may have manipulated her feelings a bit, but in the end, it wasn't all true. Or at least true enough. No, that's just lying. Either way, it was morally right. All that mattered was that she had the moral high ground, and that it made it right no matter what she said. Yes, she would clean up Ponyville in no time. Rainbow Dash stared at her friends as they posted the posters all over town. She turned to see Rarity's face plastered on the wall and read the text below it. Help me help you. Gropia is a comic that makes humor of sexual abuse, and I aim to have it taken out of circulation to keep Ponyville morally pure. Now you just take the comic book away from Sweetie. That's all. You could have easily avoided the whole story. It's like, Sweetie, but what do you mean? You don't read that. But you have naughty stories. I'll burn those too. My erotica. Yeah. Worst possible thing. Oh, with the story. Where am I at? 26. Oh yeah, I'm doing good. I probably finish in 14 minutes. No. If I write that, if it's as I'm desperate. No, that makes me sound like I'm not serious enough. Ooh, writing a letter to the mayor is difficult. It was already sunset out, and Rarity had only just begun to write her letter about a long day of poster posting with Applejack. Tongue twister. Who stood by her side now. Considering the letter they were co-writing, how about this comic encourages the worst in pony kind? It makes pony things that rape and similar victimizations are funny and belittle victims of such everywhere. Ooh, Rarity's feather pen pressed against the paper as she wrote. I like that, Applejack. I really do. Yes, that will certainly win the mayor to our side. Not that we have to win her. I mean, if it's true, right? Yes, true. What else? Just then, the door opened. And in trotted a filthy, tired Sweetie Belle. She grumbled as she dragged her hooves across the floor, and Rarity turned to her. Sweetie, you're home, and an absolute mess! Rarity visibly real as she said the words. Go take a shower, and please stop dragging your hooves. You'll get the carpet dirty. Sweetie whimpered and nodded, continued in the direction of the bathroom. Rarity smiled and turned back to her writing. How does this sound? This comic trivializes a pony imposing their will upon another without the regard to the other pony's well-being, and treats the undesired control of another as it was acceptable. Applejack nodded. Ooh, I like that. As Rarity wrote, Applejack hummed. Consider her thoughts. Rarity, I've been wondering, why do you feel so strongly about this? Have you know... Rarity waved for the roof. No, dear, I haven't. Applejack grimaced, looking to the side. Do you know some pony who has? Nope. Nope. The farm mare pushed her back and scratched her head. Well, why are you so enthusiastic about this then? Simple. It's wrong, and somebody has to speak out against it. Oh. Applejack simply stared at her friend. She felt like there was something she needed to ask her marshmallow companion, and it tickled the edge of her brain, but it would not come to her. She simply shrugged it away, deciding that for the greater good, it was worth it in the end. Gee, I wonder what Rarity wanted to meet us all for. Fluttershy took a sip of her tea, smiling at her friends. She seemed awfully happy when she asked us to meet, so I bet it's really good. Ooh, maybe she found a special sun pony. Twilight rolled her eyes. I wouldn't count on it in our current goals. Twilight looked at her hooves and muttered something under her breath. Rainbow didn't say a word. She simply drifted above them. Maybe it has something to do with all those posters she has put up over a town a month ago, said Pinky, bouncing up and down. You know, the one about the comics? Posters? What? Said Fluttershy, tilting her head. What posters? How could you miss them? Rainbow Dash groaned. Fluttershy, I think we should go. No, said Fluttershy, smiling. I imagine if what Rarity was going to say was scary, she'd consider our feelings first. Famous last words, anyone? Because I think she's just incurring Murphy's Law. As if on cue, the door opened. No, wait. I was being overdramatic. And Rarity stepped inside, followed by Applejack. The fashionista was positively beaming, while Applejack seemed to have an uncertain smile on her face. Hello, all you friendly ponies. Do I have good news for you? She stepped into the library and took a seat. Despite some ponies in consideration of other feelings and opinions and morals, ponies who will not be named and may or may not be from an otherwise beautiful city named Canterlot. Twilight snorted. I have finally won. I sent my letter to the mayor, and I got that filthy Gropia comic removed from circulation. What? Shouted Pinkie Pie. But I love that comic. It's so stupid, it's funny. Why would you do such a thing? Because it was garbage that trivialized sexual abuse. I'm gonna find my Rarity helped. It needed to be removed for moral reasons. Pinkie grabbed Rarity by the shoulders and pressed her nose against the other mares. Subtle, Pinkie, subtle. She's subtle. So you go social justice warrior on us? Oh, like the name drop. Like that. So you go social justice warrior on us instead of accepting some things you just won't like. You decide it has to be removed just because you don't like it, which is pretty much they're all SJWs in a nutshell. I think. I'm pretty sure. I'm 100. I'm 99% infinity. I'm not sure. Please, Pinkie. Rarity shoved her party pony. Curse you, Pinkie! You drive me to be Graham. You decided to be SMRT. Smart. It was what was right. It had to be removed. I don't care how many friends Miss Vinyl has or how nice she's considered by the general. I happen to know right from wrong. Okay, so Vinyl Scratch wrote it. Vinyl Scratch. Huh. It would have been funnier if like Fluttershy did it, because fandom kind of does that with like erotic stories. So erotic stories. Oh, Rose something. Better go back to my story. Oh, Vinyl Scratch works too. Plus, I have enough good authority. She might be a bit of a slut. Nah, Vinyl. No. She doesn't have a thing for a certain gray mare with a double bass or cello, whatever you want to call it. And oh my God, Octavia's so sexy. You didn't hear that. Did you hear that? Oh, Applejack porked the brow. Rares, we won. No need to be talking bad about other ponies, especially because she was so nice about the Applejack rubbed the back of her neck. Missive being delivered, telling her to stop making them or risk jail time. Oh please, she was just saving face. I'm certain she's a proper skink, said Rarity. Anyway, all that matters is I've won and I dealt with the filth. Rarity nodded for herself. We won, Rarity, said Applejack, a bit of irritation in her eyes. Please, Applejack, if it weren't for me, you'd be blissfully unaware that your sister was reading a comic that glorified rape. Glorified, Rarity quirked a brow. At first it was trivializing abuse. Now it's glorifying it. Now I know I'm not always a smart pony, but aren't those two different things? Nonsense. Now, who's up for champagne? Rarity turned to the other, smiley. Twilight, I understand you have an entire shelf. Rarity's words slowly died as she noticed none of the ponies staring back at her were happy. Rainbow was glaring daggers, Twilight shaking her head in disappointment, Pinkie Pie bawling comedically, of course, and Fluttershy's jaw simply hung open. What? This is good news. Why is every pony? She scowled. Come on, it was garbage. Twilight simply shook her head. Well, congratulations, Rarity. You proving freedom of speech is an illusion. Here, have the whole bottle. You deserve it. With that, a bottle floated before Rarity, and she took it into her hooves and read it. Rarity, take things too far. What? You have them labeled for occasions? I was gonna drink that for myself, but I don't think I can even look at your name right now. Rainbow flew up to Rarity. Not cool as Rarity. Disagreeing with it was one thing, but telling everybody else that can't read it, that's just a dick move. Yeah, shouted Pinkie. Massive frown on her face and her eyes pouring tears. You took away the only dark humor that I have now that the twins are born, and the cakes won't let me tell dead baby jokes. I don't like that. I don't like the dead baby jokes. Being a father. And, added Rainbow Dash, I've heard from school that you've been stretching the truth with Applejack and making your sister do things she'd rather not do. Using her to gain Chell's sympathy and making her read some script you write to other ponies, she scowled. If I had known you were working this quickly, I'd have told you off from the start. Wait, Applejack, you lied to me? No, I didn't, Rarity balked. I told the truth. Oh, Rarity threw a comic at. Read that. That is literally everything that comic has ever been. Applejack opened the book and skimmed through it. Once in a while, she quirked a brow. Sometimes she chuckled. Occasionally, she blushed. Eventually, she closed it and looked at the cover. Rarity, I reckon the humor can be a bit suggestive and all, but from the looks of what what happens in this comic isn't actually molestation. At worst, it's unwanted adventures and or fluids, and the actual sex seems to be mostly consensual. And I reckon that's a few grades lower than them dead baby jokes Pinky tells me in secret. You promise you never tell. I promise I never tell the cakes. Okay. Oh, carry on. Applejack turned back to her marshmallow friend. Betrayal evident in her fears. You had me think this comic had some sexual fiend forcing ponies against their will nonstop into situations that traumatize ponies for life. I reckon I experienced more trauma following you around this past month than the ponies in this little comic. What? But it's immoral. What's immoral is forcing your will on other ponies. Everybody turned. Oh. Okay, so it's Fluttershy. What's immoral is forcing your will on other ponies. Everybody turned, surprised, to see Fluttershy staring at Rarity. Rainbow stepped towards her, but she gently stopped her, smiling at her friend before turning to Rarity again. You didn't like the comic for some sort of personal moral view, and that's okay. You decide to let your sister read it, which itself is perfectly reasonable and responsible even. However, you crossed the line when you decided that no pony should read it, that it was your right to tell ponies what you should and should not read. When you realize no pony would simply listen to you. Excuse me. You chose to force your will by taking it away from them. You wanted the power to decide whether they agreed or not. And you forced the hoof of an organization with the power to make the change you wanted, knowing that they can take such complaints seriously. Perhaps more to save face, as you put it. Rather than out of personal taste, you manipulated other ponies for your own personal gain. And from what I just heard, you didn't leave lying out as an option. What? Rarity shook her head, unable to fathom that even Fluttershy was speaking against her. Yeah, when Fluttershy speaking to you know, shit just got real. Rarity, you got full retard. You don't go full retard. You went full retard. It would have been okay to try and change other ponies' minds with truth and fact, rather than assumption and exaggeration, because then at least you're changing their minds with honest information, instead of letting ponies choose for themselves. However, you decided to force your will upon them whether they agreed or not. You don't want to give them a choice at all. You wanted to win. In most cases like that, the moral implications aren't important to the ponies at all. All they want is the victory. Fluttershy sighed and shook her head. I hope you're truly satisfied with what you achieved, because it's how ponies will view you for a while, perhaps forever. Rarity's lip trembled. What about saving the world? If the world we live in has to be one where ponies have no right to choose, I think it would be better if ruled by my nightmare moon. Fluttershy turned to Twilight and smiled. Thanks for the tea. If any pony needs me, I'll be in my college. With why did I say college? Oh. I'm sad. I'm just a horrible wreck trying to do a facade. Ah! You didn't see that? You didn't see that? I didn't change the screen. Stop looking at me funny. Yeah, I'm gonna go hang. Oh, alright. With that, the butter yellow Pegasus made her way out the door and gently shut it behind her. Rarity turned to her friends, trying to think of what to say. Applejack glared at her, then turned to the others. Well, girls, thanks for meeting us, but I gotta say, on retrospect, I probably could have spent this last month doing more good by actually becoming a royal guard and crusading with this. Rarity, I'll be back at the end. Okay, that's a funny image. It's like, we're royal guards. What do? We farm. But that's not what we farm! A Twitch. Twitch. And every pony eat apples. I like short. You eat apples! Apples! Yeah, I'm gonna hang with Fluttershy, said Rainbow. Twilight might want to get some air freshener, or the libraries think a pompous, high and mighty social justice warrior will chase every pony away. That's not what that smell is. Mike's been having trouble with totally not what I meant. Okay. Bye, Rainbow, Applejack. Twilight shrugged and waved as the two mailers made their way out. Pinkie Pie approached Rarity. He looked to her friend and smiled. Then Pinkie smacked her hard enough to knock her false eyelashes off and drew her face close to hers. You ruined my faith in equity. You're dead to me. Okay, that's funny. You ruined my faith in equity. You're dead to me. With that, the pink Mare stomped out of the library. Rarity rubbed her cheek before feeling a prod, turning to face Twilight. But it was morally right. Funny thing about morality, Twilight sighed, shaking her head. In some ways, it's not always objective. What's right for some might not be for others. She looked at Rarity. She looked to Rarity, grimacing. And sometimes, in trying to do the right thing, you make excuses for yourself to do wrong, like lying, cheating, and manipulating others. The princess used her magic to open the door, but I said all I can. Congratulations again on your victory. I hope it makes you proud. Rarity looked at Twilight with pleading eyes, but the alicorn friend lowered her head sadly. Just go home, Rarity. Lowering her head, Rarity made her way out of the treehouse, and the door out of the okay. It's like worded. I would just weird how it says treehouse, and the door shut behind her. I know what the author's talking about with Rare Twilight's house being a tree. I was like, dear diary, it seems I might have crossed the line. I know what I think is moral. I know I still hate those comics, and I think them vile and disgusting. But on retrospect, was I right to do what I did? Do the ends justify the means if it means abandoning the very morals you claim to stand for? I completely disregard every pony else personal opinions on the subject and decided to force the hooves of ponies who could give me what I wanted. As a PR stunt, if nothing else. Sweetie Belle still barely says anything to me if she doesn't have to, and even Fluttershy only comes to our spa trips out of obligation. Applejack won't even look at me, and the most interaction I got from was Rainbow Dash giving me the bras, and I have no idea what that is. Perhaps I should have taken a moment to step outside of myself and ask them how they felt before writing a letter. Will they ever respect me or take me seriously again? Maybe I don't deserve it. I'll try to mend my friendship with the best of my abilities, but I can't guarantee anything. Fluttershy has agreed to help me do this, but said that it's up to me to do most of the work. Fitting, I guess. I don't know how long it'll take to win my friends my friends' respect, but I will try my hardest. Wish me luck, Rarity. Okay, so let me just look this up. Uh, Bras down or an obscene gesture in which an arm is bent to an L shape with a closed palm pointing upward while the other hand grips the bicep of the bed and the bent forearm. Oh, it's like an Iran. It's an Italian salute, which means up yours. So that's what that meant. That's what that meant. I don't know that. Huh. I'm not. Yeah, around the time. So, what do I think of the story? I think it's good. I think it's socially on point, and it's a very topical. It's a very topical story, honestly. But I didn't like. I personally didn't like the dead baby joke, the dead baby thing with Pinkie Pie. But that's just me as because I'm a father. Not any more or less not anymore. But not. It's not that I kind of lost my kid. So kind of sort of to the legal system, but I still lost a kid. And that was really the only part I didn't like. I liked it made a lot of sense because I know what social justice warriors are. I know what they're capable of. I've seen like tons of videos of them, and it made a lot of sense. Granted, is this a great story? Not really. I mean, even as a short story, it's not that good. But as an honest to god topical piece of fiction, especially when far in the future, because I don't know if social justice warriors will exist 10, 20, 30 years in the future. I don't know. But as a topical piece relating to the point in time when it was released, it is very on point, very concrete, very logical, and made a lot of sense. So, would I recommend this story? No, no. unless you want to see a unless unless you're one of those people who like seeing social justice warriors being taken down a notch, I wouldn't recommend this story. I wouldn't recommend it. But it's not so much a bad story. It's just it's not really worth recommending. It's not. It's just. I mean, in years from now, when people have looked up the story, they're probably going to download it because it's like, what's a social justice warrior? What's the SJW? I don't know what that is. I don't know. It's like it's very much a product of the time it was in. Granted, we're still going through the whole SJW crap we're going through, but it's still in like when people find the story like 10 years later, it'll technically be qualified as a product of its time. Kind of weird words coming from the fact again, social justice warriors. They're still going strong and probably will go strong forever and ever. But it's the point. It's the point that counts. So good story. Wouldn't recommend it unless you're a fan of those types of things. Who like social justice warriors taken out, but I can't really say anything much about it because of the short story. So I'm Dark Symphony 777 and triggered.